There you see the important number, 9-0 Lafayette on top. This is the Chick-fil-A halftime report. Chick-fil-A didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich, and it is an outstanding sandwich. Speaking of outstanding individuals, down on the field with John Leone is Scott R. Hummel, professor and interim director of engineering, a spectacular program at Lafayette College. Here is John with Scott.
Thank you, Gary. You know, any coach will tell you that an effective game plan has to play to the strengths of its team. The same can be said of a college and its curriculum. And you're right, I'm here with Scott Hummel, who is a professor of engineering and the director of our engineering program. And Scott, you know, so much has evolved. And after 15 years with the college, I think you're in a pretty good position to share with us some of the nuances that you think make Lafayette's engineering program unique.
Oh, absolutely. The distinctive features of Lafayette Engineering: we offer top quality engineering education in a liberal arts environment. And that means a lot to our graduates. Our graduates end up in much more than technical fields. They're CEOs of companies. In fact, Lafayette, we are ranked in the top 5 of placing CEOs and in the top 3 of PhDs nationally. So our students are thinking much more broadly than about the technical components of the education. So we need to blend the liberal arts and engineering. That's exactly what we're doing. It's a hallmark of Lafayette education.
Understood. And Scott, to that end, there are some impending changes in the curriculum. And from a personal standpoint, listen, 15 years is a long time. I don't want to take that away from you. 32, baby. And yeah, and I've seen how the place has evolved and grown and changed. But from a technical standpoint, from a faculty perspective, how do these impending changes impact in a positive way the Lafayette experience in terms of engineering?
The changes that we're considering in engineering are all about opportunity. It's opportunities in 2 ways. It's curricular opportunities for the students to pursue things both in engineering and outside of engineering. Also, it's about innovation. Our students get hired as innovators. And we are building an innovation center where you're going to see our students on cross-disciplinary teams with students from all over campus, faculty all over campus, working on multidisciplinary projects. We're really excited about it.
What would be the argument for an employer in comparing and contrasting a Lafayette graduate who has gone through this kind of curriculum with a purely technically trained engineer?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, modern engineering problems aren't purely technical. That's actually, you can take technical issues and send them across the globe to be solved. You fax them to them or email them to your outsourced company. Today, you'll have the answer tomorrow morning. Our students are looking at much bigger problems than that. They're looking at the broad issues and the implications of engineering, not just the technical aspects.
And I would suspect that and by the way, that last question, that was not on the script. That was my question, so I get an A for that one. But you know, in looking at prospective employers who want to hire our students, share with us, if you would, what their perspective might be in terms of the broader possibilities for these kids coming into their companies.
They want students that can lead. That's what it comes down to, lead and innovate. That's why our students get hired. That's why companies come here to recruit. That's why we're putting PhDs, CEOs. Our students have those skills, and we're trying to focus more on those.
And so much of what goes on here on campus, Scott, involves an intensely personal interaction between faculty and students, and you probably have at your fingertips any number of projects that our students are working on right now. Can you share some of those with us?
Absolutely. There's a great project going on in our electrical and computer engineering program. They're making an interface where a robot can pull brain waves that somebody is thinking and actually control the robot. It's going to be amazing. We have a corporate sponsored project right now where this is a 3-dimensional printer, so you probably have a 2-dimensional printer sitting on your desk. This is a 3-dimensional printer. 3D printers have been around a while in plastics. Now we've got one here that we can print in fully dense metals. It's absolutely amazing.
And to that end, I've been loosely connected with the gift that allowed us access to that printer. There's not a whole lot of them in the country, and that gift was made possible by an alumnus out in Pittsburgh, and I think you had something to do with that.
Yeah, I did. We went on a trip out there to help explain what Lafayette could do to forward that. So now we're doing a research and development project with that company. It's really fantastic.
It's truly great stuff, Scott. And some of the physical changes in the building. Now, you were here when the Acopian Center actually was transformed. Talk about how those facilities have positively impacted the program.
Again, it's about opportunities. Our students have much more opportunities to work on projects. We've got great spaces, some fantastic facilities and equipment. And also, you can't forget our personnel. We have the greatest support staff.
You know, Scott, also I was showing someone through the building the other day, and I really hadn't planned on meeting any of the students. One of the questions that came up, this student was from Chicago, and he was interested, what are the opportunities for engineers that sometimes are not available to engineers at other schools, in particular the opportunity to study abroad. Because of a rigid curriculum, sometimes other schools don't allow that. And as I was asking the question, a group of 2 or 3 students overheard the question and just chimed right in about our engineers and their ability to study abroad.
Our study abroad program is amazing. This will give you an idea. We have 45 slots for students to study abroad per year. This year we had 65 students registered. We didn't shut the students out. We expanded our study abroad program, and now we're bringing more programs online. We're looking at going to Abu Dhabi, we're also looking at Asia.
One last thing, obviously every engineering program has to be evaluated nationally by those folks who set a standard. Give us the reaction when outside sources came in and looked at our program. They had a very interesting reaction.
They did. They really thought we ought to be freeing up our curriculum and making more innovative opportunities for our students. One thing that we are doing when we move the courses around, people are worried that are we watering down engineering, that sort of thing. That is just not happening at all. We've got a tradition, a 150-year-old tradition of excellence in engineering. Believe me, we're never going to change that.
Scott, just a great job. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much.
And it's good to let folks know out there that the engineering curriculum and program at Lafayette is alive and well and getting better every day. Back to you guys.
Well, highly intellectual students, highly intellectual professors, and John Leone. Thanks for that interview. We'll be back, and we'll take a look at the halftime numbers. That's the important one, 9-0 Lafayette.